Have some customers asking me recently about some things that have come up, and this happens all the time actually in the shipping business. So thought I'd put a little series together here. I'm going to try to keep it under a couple minutes per video. But the first one I wanted to do is what the responsibility is for the shipper to make sure that the freight gets on the right truck. We have customers that call us, guy shipped the wrong thing, it was the wrong pallet, the wrong carrier showed up, they gave the pallet to the wrong carrier, it delivers and it's the wrong freight. Who's responsible? Well, ultimately what we tell our customers is the shipper's responsible to make sure that the right freight gets on the right truck. And if you go through some of these steps I'm going to share with you real quick, it should provide a procedure that you can give to all your folks in the office, whether you're a one-man show or a 100-person warehouse that's been doing it forever. I think everybody can learn a little bit of something about some of us that we've been doing it for a long time and seen a lot of things. So the first thing that I want to share with you is just making sure the freight's packed properly. There's a lot of customers that I'll put up some pictures here shortly after I get done talking here that shows you some of the stuff that's packed properly, some of it's not packed properly, some of the cones that are used to make sure stuff doesn't get stacked and damaged, and then also making sure that the freight's labeled properly. One of the things that we notice a lot is that you'll see in this picture is there's a bunch of other labels on the freight that don't belong with this particular shipment, so you need to make sure that all the labels are clear, because that does get confusing for the LTL carriers, especially when they're trying to move freight. The bill of lading, we're going to show you a copy of that and all these highlighted videos here, just making sure that you have all the shipper information correct, destination information correct, the pieces and weight and dimensions, also any special instructions. For LTL carriers, you make sure you have the NMFC number and the class on there. That's real important. But also just make sure that the carrier that's picking up the freight is the right carrier, and you'll see that on the bill of lading right here where it says the particular carrier. Make sure that's who's there to pick up the freight, because a lot of times the wrong carrier shows up and says they're here to pick up an ultrasound, and they're actually supposed to be there picking up something else going to the other part of the country. A lot of our carriers show up for partial truckloads or truckloads, and it's real important that you check their IDs, make sure they have a legal driver's license to be driving in the United States, whether it be a CDL or Class B, Class C, whatever truck they're driving. Check their door, check their trailer, make sure that the carrier that they say they are is who they are. A lot of carriers double broker or double carrier, and a carrier shows up that's incorrect and give the freight to the wrong carrier. If they say they're shipping to Florida and you just happen to have a shipment to Florida, they get lucky and you could get an item stolen or lost for that situation. Take a picture before you let the freight leave, especially when you're packing it up, how it's packed up, what it looks like, so that if it gets misplaced, you'll have a picture to send to the carrier to say, hey, this is what it looks like. Show it in the trailer or on the flatbed, or however you're putting it in the trailer, secured, strapped in, tarped, however the case may be, because that's real important if there's a situation that comes up a little bit later, and I'll do a video on claims and issues that might arise with that. Make sure that the carrier is insured, whether it be a direct truckload carrier, how much cargo insurance do they have, if it's used and new, understand what insurance goes with that, and I'll do another video later on that as well. So keep tuned, and I hope you enjoyed these videos and some of the pictures that we show you, and you learn a little bit of something. I'm not saying I know everything, but I want to share with you what we know and make sure that the shippers know that they need to get the right freight on the right truck every single time, and take the time to do the steps that I went through today, and it'll help you with that process. Have a great day.